as far as my art, it's growing and it's changing, and I'm finding it's gelling, and I'm still finding. I'm interested in like I'm kind of a there's a spirituality to my art, and I started moving to the abstract because I felt it really spoke to that, the unlanguageable sort of thing. So in the process, I'll either go deep in meditation, listen to some music, just dig deep into that unlanguageable area and form it on the canvas. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I'll go between sort of surrealistic to purely abstract, landscapey kind of thing. I have a whole series before that I moved from kind of, and I still do. I still love to do it. Is human form. I have a whole bunch of nudes that I've done, so that figurative drawings and chalk, but I've sort of moved away from that and gotten more abstract, and a lot of this stuff is sort of landscape and shapes and geometry, and the tree always comes up in there too. There's a lot of the trees are coming into form in my artwork, which has come back from my beginnings. I've noticed they're becoming more esoteric. Is a good word, I guess, because they're kind of describing some of the current pieces I've done, or things like about consciousness, or the feeling is that sort of thing, cosmology sort of aspect to it. Sometimes the ideas come, in a dream, or I have a certain idea or a certain look I'm going for. But there's a process that's still kind of forming for me as an artist. I'm pretty selfless as a person in public and in relationships, but with my art sometimes it gets very personal, and some of them are hard to even let go. I don't know if that's ego or what that is, but some of them are easier to take criticism from than others. When people really appreciate it and they want to, I've seen the look on people's faces, or they come back to me and go, "That piece is hanging over my fireplace and I love it," and that's really cool. Or they send me a picture, and that brings joy. Or meditate on that piece, and I hear those sorts of things. That does it for me.
Did you see like a big difference in like the Riverside community art scene, or in like that LA community art scene? If you can.
I did, and they're different. It's I found a home here, which is funny because everyone there's so much opportunity out there. And yes and no. There's also a lot of competition, and it's just like flooded. I just found a home here. It just gelled with me here in the community, and even though I did show out there and I did a few things, it was just lost in the shuffle out there a little bit. I do plan on expanding and going out. I never really pushed my art as much as I did when I came here, but it was moving here that I started pushing it and found more of a community. Like, to be shown in a museum, Riverside Art Museum, is really cool. Like, you can't do that out there unless you're famous and well known. Not that I know of out there. Oh yeah, Art After Dark is the thing that me and my husband started. My husband Greg really kind of inspired that, and we did the second annual one. We did one last year. We did the second one, so that was successful. The part of the proceeds go towards RCAA. And then Art in the Gardens, the UCR Botanical Gardens, that's the first time I've done it this year, and it was a success. I sold a couple pieces. Yeah. What inspires me is, and it's changed, but it can be a sunset, it can be, it sounds like cliche, but yeah, it can be nature, walking through nature. But when I dig deep in what it really is, because it could be in a dark room sometimes, there's that place I like to go to that's unlanguageable. It's a place, and it's like, to me, it's like this group mind or this consciousness, and I kind of feel like none of us really have original ideas. We pull them from the ether, and you just take this opportunity to pull it and interpret it into your. So I like to do that, and when it gels, it's so cool. And then you put it on, you know, in a 2D surface, and that's the kind of inspiration I move towards. The best ones that I feel that like gel is where I allow the ego to be pushed aside as much as possible. As soon as I start getting, you know, in my head about it, then something goes off. It doesn't feel right to me. I have to go away and come back, you know. But for me, the best ones are as much as possible, just go with instinct.
What do you see, like, what don't you like about it?
It's contrived. That's probably the word, you know, something that the mind gets involved in it, or, you know, too much headiness and try to be too artsy or whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's contrived.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe it's just me, but other people will go, oh, that's beautiful, but I'm like, yeah, it's contrived. If someone were to observe me painting, sometimes they'd probably think I was nuts. I'd talk to myself, I'd sing, you know, so, yeah.
That's great. That's great. No, yeah. I mean,
my husband sometimes will go, "Are you okay?"
He's like,
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. But I love doing group work too. Sometimes with working with other artists and collaborating. That's fun. I haven't done that in a long time, but I have enjoyed that. Because art is, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it can be social, but yeah, sometimes I just want to be shut away and get into my head and, yeah, mumble to myself while I do things. You know.
Yeah, it's like a form of exercise, really.
Yeah,
like,
or exorcism.
Or exercising. It's true.
Some days,
So
yeah.
true.
What does it mean to be an artist? Oh, to live your expression. That's probably a good short answer. To just live your expression. What that means, I don't know. But to create every day. You know, I've lived it, whether it's music and painting or drawing or two-dimensional art and sound. For me, that's my thing. Some people it's dance and singing and whatever, but it's an itch. You just have to do it. If I don't, I'm not a happy person. You know. If I could speak to my younger self, tell myself one thing as a young artist is get over the fear. That's the number one thing, because it held me back in many ways, because I kept my painting and some aspects of my painting secret. You know, I did it was my secret thing I did, and then as I did it, the abstract thing was the secret thing I did, and then people liked that, and I always liked it. So fear, just get rid of the fear. What motivated me to get out of that? To push the art and get out there? I don't know. I really don't. I think it was just incremental. Like the confidence built. I saw the feedback was good, and I was also I had the wherewithal to want the criticism too, and it was incremental. It became more and more comfortable. I just, you know, put one toe out and then slowly get out there, but the feedback is what kept me going. Friends and family and, you know, that sort of thing. Whether it's music or painting and art, it's all the same thing. It's practice and it's repetition, you know. You find your groove in it, and, you know, the pieces that are shown and that are the ones that make you the artist that you're known. You know, if you're going out there to be known, there's 1,000 pieces before that were trashed or, you know, redone and reworked before you got there.
Yeah.
You trash your artwork?
I do. I paint over them sometimes. You know,
Nice.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's enough. I think we're ready to wrap. Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Camera's small.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.